After the silence of last week, you got a fair few things that dropped today. You got the new Skull Crusher album, the Military Gun, and Living Hour albums you may enjoy more than I did, but I'm going to be talking about this today. Alright, it's me, I'm back again, and just want to draw your attention to the new album by Jouska called How Did I Wind Up Here? That's a good question. Now, I'm completely new to Jouska, and no, it's not Scar, sadly, and I'm still not even sure how to say it, if it's Jouska, Jouska, Babushka. Sorry if I've got it wrong, but I love that it's like a made up word that means a hypothetical conversation that you can compulsively play out in your head. And boy, aren't we doing a lot of that this decade. Hell, I'm doing it right now. This is her third album. I discovered her very recently with the amazing final single, California. And it's slowly become one of my songs of the year, so I was very curious about this album. She's from Oslo in Norway, so I want to give a quick shout out to Morgirl, who are also from Oslo and released one of my favourite albums of last year, and saw that they follow each other, which is cool. Both putting Norway back on the map, ladies, since Aha, or probably more apt, Royksop or Suzanne's Fair. In a year where I am listening to a lot of trip-hoppy electronic acoustic stuff, this slots in perfectly to my sound of 2025 that I've been vibing. What's on the menu today? What, Warner Child? We've got 10 tracks for you, technically 8, running at a brisk 29 minutes. Starting with track 1, Courageous Shy. It's going to be hard to talk about this album without constantly mentioning Boards of Canada or Erica de Cassia or Crushed or Wet, so that's me hopefully got it out of my system on track 1, I hope, but these are essentially the reasons why I'm loving this great sounding, well produced album that speaks to my ears. I love the gentle organ that starts this track with the phone call sounding vocals and her choices of when to do a guitar slide or a full on acoustic strum. Wish I had the lyrics. That's another pet peeve I've got from release days. And it's a lovely track that ends with a warm cello coming in and makes me... I'd be very surprised if she hasn't heard Siamese Dream. It's got that kind of gentle, dreamy, bendy vibe and heck, maybe even more Pisces Iscariot in some ways. I just feel like I'm swimming in Super Mario 64 on this track. It's a wonderful start to the album. Following that, we got track 2, Pierced. It's the second of the singles, a bit more of a upbeat track this time with big trip-hoppy drums and a distant, dark, moody synth. And this song is definitely probably the one that is most like Erica with alternative R&B vocals on the album, but then it does switch up for the chorus when the guitar comes in and it sounds a bit more like Air, but then after the second chorus it opens up really wide. You've got expansive guitars and actually made me directly think of the Campfire Head Phase Boards album. Everything starts to breathe again. After that, we've got track 3, Flower Moon. It's the first of the singles. It's a slow acoustic track. Also makes me think of Air a fair bit. I love the really low U. Is it ethereal shoegaze? Probably. This also kind of builds up into a big washed out finale. I will say my only big complaint with this album is I wish it had dropped in the summer rather than this close to Halloween, so it soundtracked all of those glistening sunny beach days instead of these colder, darker nights where I can only dream of what's finished, and thus this won't get many plays as the year ends until like next spring, but it's a good track. Following that, we've got track 4, Why Don't You Talk to Me? Well, I don't talk to you, Jouska, because you didn't sing on this song, and that's just not cricket around here. And then we've got track 5, Liquid Red. It's a very minimal start, but then it launches into some amazing drums. It's those breakbeat rhythms that I'm glad that everyone is doing this decade. Has transported me right back to those sparkling summers of the 90s. So of course, I instantly love it. And again, it's more dreamy guitars and gentle vocals. Just let it wash over you. It's the only crime of this track is it's too short. Up next, track 6, Season of Dread. It's quite the title in 2025. I'd say it's more than a season. Anywho, a very slow acoustic track with some lovely brush drums that fans of Ethel Cain's Dust Bowl this year might like. The vocal melody kind of reminded me of something, but I still haven't figured out what it is at the time of recording this. But because the instrumental is so different to what I think that vocal melody might be from, I just lose myself in it anyway. I love the cascading, staggered vocal on the chorus, and I love all the big hums, the surround sounding me. I wish there was a few more of those to give it that trancing effect on my brain. Also, the slow guitar stroke at the very end is sealed with a chef's kiss. And then we have track 7, California. What can I say that I haven't already? I love it so much. I talked about it in last month's Music You Might Have Missed video. Boards of Canada synths, dreamy delayed guitars and floaty airy vocals. As you now know, the whole album uses this palette, and even though I want more tracks like this, heck, I'd even take 2 hours of this track. I'm still kind of glad this is the only one on the album like this, so I can worship it more. I can't wait to go for a drive with this whole album, actually. As Denis Villeneuve would say, I deeply love it. I deeply love it. Following that, we've got track 8, 2003. As someone that's got a 2003 tattoo, I'll always shout out when an artist mentions it. Other than that, this is a nice little break, again, Boards of Canada style little instrumental that we usually move on from around here. Up next is track 9, I Let It Happen. Can't say it like that, can I? Up next is track 9, I Let It Happen. Another breakbeat, fast type track on the album with strings and acoustic guitars vying for your attention amongst it all. It sounds like you're on a fast train going through a tunnel. It's very cool. There's definitely 2 sides to Jouska that I hope she isn't wrestling with. There's this electronic beat club side that wants to burst out, or there's this soft, dreamy, fall into a bed of feathers side, and I love both, but this track makes me hope she explores this club side of her that makes me think of the Uni Pinku Babylon EP, or that she finally feels confident enough to do more tracks like this on the next album, because this is bloody great. And last but not least, track 10, Should Have Seen It Coming. Lots of bending on this final track and catchy vocals where Jouska's repeating, should have seen it coming. The guitar does seem a bit more aggressive on this track compared to the rest of the album. So this isn't your standard bye for now sort of closing type of final track. This sounds like I'm just getting started, but pause it and clip it and ship it, because, you know, this is just a taster or a teaser, as if there's more to come, and I sure as hell hope so. And that's it. A short but very sweet album today that I hope you all check out. Wish it had one more song for that 3 songs instrumental flow, but it's got one of those main sounds that I've been vibing for all of 2025, and that is why it is my album of the week. So yeah, check it out, pass it around, and catch you in the next one. Who knows who it's going to be, but until then, a peace.